Alrighty, today I'm going to be doing the oil change on a 94 Honda Civic EX Coupe. It's a 1.6 liter engine, so the oil change is going to require about 3.5 quarts. And also make sure you get the correct filter. Go ahead and change that as well when you do the oil change. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to be using the 1030 high mileage Mobil 1 synthetic oil. And today I'm going to be trying the motor flush from Motor Medic. I haven't tried it before, but we'll see how it turns out. It's supposed to be dumped into the engine before the oil change and ran for 5 minutes, so it all gets through the system, and then it's supposed to release any of the sludge and other debris that's inside the engine once you do the oil change, so it'll be flushed out when you take out your old oil. So we'll see how that turns out. Let me go ahead and start this up then. The reason I'm using 1030 oil is because my car already has 152,000 miles, so it's considered a high mileage vehicle. So I'm using a thicker oil just to compensate for the wear and tear of the years and of the miles that it's accumulated. Alrighty. In order to take out the drain plug, I'm going to be using this ratchet, and I believe the socket is a 17-inch socket for the drain plug on the bottom. Make sure you have a drain pan and a funnel, because you're going to need it so you don't spill oil all over your valve cover when you're pouring oil in. And make sure you have a couple of rags lying around and a carpet so you don't get too dirty on the ground. I like to use gloves, these rubber gloves, so you know the tools don't slip off too easily, plus so I don't get my hands too dirty because oil doesn't come out too easily. The motor flush liquid. Let me go ahead and loosen this up. Now let's go ahead and pop open the crankcase. There we go. Put that to the side real quick. Alrighty. Now at the back of this it says, make certain oil and crankcases up to safe level, add motor flush to cold engine before changing oil and filter, idle engine for 5 minutes, do not drive vehicle. And then it says motor flush will circulate through the lubricating system, dissolving sludge, gum, and varnishes, freeing sticky valves, lifters, and rings. So let's go ahead and pour it in. It says to add all of it, so let me see, let me go ahead and add all of it. There we go. So I'm kind of low on oil, just a bit, so it's not too bad if I pour it in, but make sure your oil level is at a safe level, so don't overfill it too much. You don't want to have any problems later on. Oil cap back on. Alrighty, and let's idle it for 5 minutes. So now I'm just letting my car idle 5 minutes. So I'll go ahead and continue on after 5 minutes. I'm going to be jacking up the car from the side and then putting a jack stand in case it falls off. But make sure it's always nice and safe when you're doing it. I'm going to be propping up from the front left part. Alright, so I propped up my car. Now it's all propped up, and I put the stand just in case for safety. What I like to do first is take off the oil cap. So whenever you take the oil drain plug off from the bottom, the air can go through it and the oil will come out more easily. That way you won't have too much oil inside the crankcase after you take out the oil. So let's go ahead and start taking out the drain plug. So the drain plug is right there on the oil pan. Let me just go ahead and get position. I'll show you exactly where it's at. Alrighty, so now I'm underneath. As you can see, the drain plug is right here on the oil pan, and it is a 17mm socket, as you can see here. So all you have to do is just go ahead and start loosening it up, and it should come out loose. It shouldn't be too tight. You don't want the threads to mess up on you. So all you have to do is just go ahead and take it off. Make sure your oil pan is positioned correctly. right there, and then just start loosening up the plug slowly, and then just make sure that the oil doesn't spill everywhere, and just be quick in case it shoots out. Make sure to put the oil pan where it goes. So the oil is now draining. As you can see, it's going inside the pan. That's what you wanted. If it's a little breezy or windy wherever you're at, make sure to compensate for the, where you move the pan so it doesn't squirt everywhere or get blown by the wind or the breeze or anything. So just wait until it stops flowing down. What I like to do also is lower the car once again, and then so it's leveled out with the ground, and just get out from underneath the car obviously, and go ahead and lower the car once again, and so the rest of the oil comes out because the car is leaning to one side as of right now. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and wait for all the oil to go ahead and start flowing out before I take out the oil filter. Alrighty, one thing I noticed with the engine oil flush was that the oil came out a lot more easily, more fluidly than it would normally do. It seemed to have thinned it out. That way it flows out a lot smoothly, a lot more smoothly outside out of the oil pan. So it seems like it's already all out. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with the oil filter now and show you where it's at. The oil filter is right below your intake manifold on the Civics. It's right here, right underneath it. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's a little bit there's a little tint of orange right there, but it's straight underneath there. The way I remove it is going underneath the car, reaching back there, and start twisting it off. I went ahead and put it because it was leaking just a little bit, just dripping every once in a while. So I went ahead and put it on there so it won't leak on my face. But the oil filter is right above it, right here. If you can see, right this cylindrical part right here. So this is a filter, and all you should be able to do is grip it and then go ahead and twist it off to the left there, and just make sure to have a rag handy, because then it starts leaking oil just like that. So go ahead and wipe it all off, and keep taking it off. You can have the oil pan right underneath it like that, and just go ahead and take it all the way off, and then go ahead and wipe down the excess oil that falls around the area, and you'll be ready to put on the new oil filter. Once you remove the oil filter, the top portion should look like that. You'll see the little centerpiece where it'll be where the new filter will be screwed on. So go ahead and wipe down the area and make sure no oil is leaking. As you can see, the old oil filter is the same as the new oil filter, and what you want to do is this has a rubber seal around it, an O-ring seal. So go ahead and grab some of the old oil and start rubbing it on the seal that the new filter has. So just rub it in and get it nice and soaked up. That way it'll seal tightly once you screw it in and slide in just nice. So go ahead and keep doing it until the ring is nice and moist, soaked up with the old oil. So now you're ready to go ahead and install your new oil filter. This one is a PH 3593A. So we're gonna go ahead and put it in now. So now, with your new oil filter in hand, go ahead and put it where the old oil filter was. So all you have to do is just screw it in. So just keep screwing it in until it's nice and snugged in. Just keep screwing all hand tight. And so when it starts getting tighter, just go ahead and just hand tighten it. You don't have to tighten it too much. and once it's firm, just go ahead and let go, and that's set to go. So now that the new oil filter is installed and I plugged in the drain plug, I'm gonna go ahead and lower the car now, and then get ready to put the new oil. This car takes 3.5 quarts. It depends on your vehicle. Most oil changers are quite similar to this one. Now with your new oil, go ahead and put the funnel where the oil cap goes, and then just start putting as many quarts of oil as you need. As I had said before, this one takes 3.5 quarts, so just make sure you measure correctly. You can put a little bit less, and then start up your car, and then see if it needs, you know, half a quart more or whatnot, or just top it off. But yeah, so just go ahead and put as many quarts as your owner's manual says, or as factory spec says. Alrighty, so now I'm finishing up putting the oil in. This 5-quart jug didn't have the complete 5, so that's why it's still I'm letting it drain a bit more. But yeah, so just go ahead and top it off, and make sure that whenever you raise the vehicle, you put jack stands, and make sure that you're very careful when you're underneath it. Last thing you want is a car pinning you down to the ground and something other than that happening. But just be very careful when you do this. That goes for any time you raise up the vehicle. Just make sure it's propped up correctly so you don't have any problems. The last thing you want to do is get hurt and possibly have a serious death injury, so you don't want to go ahead and do that. So yeah, so now I'm finishing up putting the oil. The next thing would be just to start up the car, check the oil once it cools down a bit more, and then just top it off and make sure it's all leveled. Well, thank you for watching, and this is my first how-to video, you could say. I'm not an expert, and I enjoy cars, working on cars. I'm a car enthusiast, but I just made this. Hopefully it helps someone. If it does, then great. If it doesn't, you know, I'm sorry. Leave your comments and suggestions at the bottom of this video, and tell me what else I could have done to improve this, or, you know, anything you'd like to say. Thank you. Have a great day.